Brian, we have seen the announcement regarding proof of full coronavirus vaccinations for nightclub entry, but what about sports crowds ahead of the new season?
Well, Paul, the Premier League remain in talks over whether or not fans will be required to provide some sort of proof of full coronavirus vaccination status next season. A decision has still to be made and the clock is ticking. Brentford kick off the first game of the new Premier League season against Arsenal on August the 13th, the opening day of the new season. The Premier League are still at the stage now of reviewing the latest guidance, working with the clubs, the supporters and the authorities to finalise their protocols. The government have yet to confirm what constitutes a large crowd and the type of relevant venues for potential certification. We saw that announcement with regards to nightclubs in England. It follows the removal of most major COVID restrictions in England on Monday. Now, the decision by the Premier League, it's worth pointing out, will only be made after any mandatory rules are imposed by the government. And it's really important to look at that. The Premier League will not do anything without the government approving it. So if the government say they want certification in place, that's what the Premier League will have to do. But a Downing Street spokesperson has said that they are not seeking to draw lines around particular settings. But here we are, supporters still waiting to find out the new protocols ahead of the new season.
And is there growing frustration that we are so close to that new season, but no decision has been taken yet?
I think it's harsh to say frustration because there is a willingness within football and within sport to accept we are living through a global pandemic. That said, in April this year, the Premier League wrote to the UK's major political parties in a joint letter with other sporting bodies, including the Football Association and the EFL. They want to open up their stadiums in full. They want to get as many spectators back as possible. But right now, the Premier League are in the early stages of exploring that certification progress. It's the league's ambition for full stadiums, but what they want to do more than anything, Paul, is they want to finish the season. They don't want any disruption to the fixture list to follow. Safety must always remain the #1 priority. Clearly, supporters in England are watching developments with interest, but with just over 3 weeks to go, it seems that patience still needs to be the key. There will be clarity, just not yet.